Hello folks, welcome into another edition of LSN Extra. I am Javik Blake, and today we're meeting Julia Palin, Norton track athlete who graduated this year and her coach calls the most prolific Norton track athlete of all time, one who holds 14 different school records, which is the most ever in Norton High School track history, and will be taking her talents to LSU this fall to run cross country and track. Let's throw it over to the interview. Hello folks, welcome in. This is Julia Palin. Julia, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So this year obviously has been absolutely crazy for you. You went to New Balance Nationals twice. You got second place in Emerging Elite, which is one of the divisions, 16th overall in the entire nation. What has this year been for, like, not only as an athlete, but as a person?
It was just a whole 180, honestly, because I expected after Brooke and Cameron left, I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel or how I was going to do because they were always pushing me. But I think I just went through like a mental shift and I decided that this is what I really wanted to do. And it was just amazing to see some results that I was just not expecting at all. So yeah.
And obviously crazy. I mean, second place in Emerging Elite, which is one of the divisions at New Balance Nationals, 16th overall. That's absolutely crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even that day I was like, I'm going to go for top 10 maybe. And then I found myself in second, and I was just, what just happened to me? But yeah, it was such an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Was it just like a great race, or had you just been working so hard and so well that you finally just got to that point in your career where you were just able to get second?
Honestly, like, I was going for time that day because I wanted to finish with a PR, which my time ended up not being a PR, but I was fine with it because the way I ran it was pretty strategic, and the last week before, I was in a kind of a mental slump, so I was just excited to be out there racing, and I was happy that I was happy to be running finally. So I was actually off pace, but I think just the way that my plan went and starting from the back and then working my way up towards the front just really helped.
Now, how did you get your start in track?
So my freshman year, I was a 100% full-out soccer player, and I just thought track would be good for me to stay in shape, and that's honestly how I started.
Now, in recent articles, you kind of said that going into high school, you really wanted to do soccer, and that was your main focus, as you said. What changed it over to track?
It definitely started when I was looking at colleges. Obviously, I was looking as a soccer player, but the issue was I could only play D3 soccer, and I wasn't liking any of the small schools, and I really loved the big Division I schools. And I started just one day, I was like, all right, let's just see if I can maybe do track. So I looked at some of the times, and my times were kind of close to some of the girls on the team, and like I just thought maybe I could run D1 track, not on scholarship, but that's fine. Like, I'll be on the team, I'll be doing something I love, still an athlete because I didn't know how to not play a sport. So that's kind of how it started, and I shifted my focus to track.
Obviously, big D1 school, LSU, pretty big D1 school.
Yes, I love it there. I'm so thankful.
Now, Coach Taylor has described you many of times. I talked to him yesterday. I swear the guy loves track, your guys, more than anyone in the world. I feel like he likes more than his own family.
Yes.
But he described you as the most prolific athlete that has ever come through Norton High School for track. What has your rise to being a track star been like?
It was, honestly, I was just nobody until my senior year, I feel like. I mean, there was Brooklyn, obviously, and she deserved every ounce of credit she got and more. So just being her teammate was such an honor, and her pushing me, that was just amazing. But just receiving the support from Coach Taylor and all of like my teammates and my friends and my family was just absolutely amazing.
Now, speaking of Brooklyn Williams, how did working with her and Cameron Bowman kind of help you become into a star?
So for me and Cameron, our teammate relationship was something really special that I'll probably never have again. But we were just able to always push each other, but never to the point where it was always a competition and it was like we had to beat each other. It was just we would bring out the best in each other every single day. And that was amazing. And then we had Brooke crushing the entire nation, and it was just so cool to see her do that one day, and then the next day we'd just be laughing out here on the track all together. So it was just amazing.
And how crazy is that? Last year, looking at Brooklyn, like, wow, look at this amazing athlete, and she's going to D1, and this year you're that athlete that's going to Division I. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I never expected that, and I owe that to her, I think, because she allowed me to see that it is possible.
And she obviously came from an athletic family. You did as well. Your brother, Jake Palin, played in the Norton High School hockey team, maybe one of the best players to play. He held the record up until this year. It was broken by Brendan Hayden.
Yes.
But he held the record for most points in a season. Your dad was a former college athlete. How has that kind of shaped you as both an athlete and a person on and off the field?
So my dad's very important to me, and we're very similar. So I just think his drive and work ethic kind of, or I hope, translated to me. And we're just kind of on the same wavelength. So whatever he thinks I should do, like, usually I agree, and we just work together towards my goals for, like, that kind of thing. And then my brother, he's just very naturally talented, and just to see him do what he loves with ease was very inspiring to me. So.
Now, obviously, you and your dad are very close. We see him all the time. Whenever I'm doing one of the soccer games for LSN, he's always in the booth. I mean, all over YouTube or your track videos and stuff.
Yeah.
What's it like having him literally just be your videographer and see you have all the videos?
I love it. Like, sometimes I want to kill him because all he talks about is track, but I love that we can bond over it, and it's just so much fun breaking down the race and being able to watch it after with him. It's so much fun. I'm going to miss that, for sure.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But there's always phone calls at LSU, right?
Yeah, true. FaceTime.
There's also TV. I mean, it's all good. So what will you miss most about your time here at Norton?
I'll definitely miss Coach Taylor the most. He's done a lot for me, and our relationship has gone much beyond the track. Like, I can call him like one of my closest friends, so I'm just going to miss being like that connected with my coach, I think.
Now, what was your favorite memory of your time here at Norton?
Probably, honestly, my freshman year when we won the state championship. We were actually tricked because we were in the 4x4 at last event, and he came up to us and said we already won, when in reality it came down to us. So I think we had to beat this one team, and we thought we already won, so we were just so excited, and adrenaline just through the roof. We ended up doing it anyways, so it was awesome.
Maybe that was just some motivation, right?
I think it was. I honestly think it was.
Coach Taylor's a coach. Anyone who has him here at Norton, I think, loves the guy. I don't think there's a single person that does not like him. What's it like having him as a coach?
Amazing. He's the most motivational person ever. Like, if you get here on a day and you don't really feel like working, but it's a workout day, like, you better believe you're going to work, and he'll pull it out of you. And he's just so positive and is never dragging his athletes down. He's always building them up, even on their worst days. It's just awesome.
Now, moving towards your college career in LSU, what made you choose LSU? Do you have a family connection down there?
Yeah, so my mom's from Louisiana, so we grew up going to all their football games probably once or twice a year. So I always had it in the back of my mind, but since I wanted to play soccer, I was like, okay, I can't play D1 soccer. And then looking at their track team, I was like, I definitely can't do track there because they're all, like, Olympians. And so I didn't even want to email the coach. Like, I didn't even plan to. And then my mom finally forced me to, and thank goodness she did. So.
And that kind of seems like a long shot, sort of beginning LSU for you. And now you're there. They're one of the top schools in the country. They were ranked #1 at the beginning of last year.
Right. Yeah, a lot of it's from their sprinters and their jumpers, but the distance team, they just got a new coach, and he's really working on building it. So we're hoping to do some big things.
Now, what was it like first time walking into that trophy room at LSU with all the gold medals, all the gold medalists, all the All-Americans? What was that feeling?
Honestly, I was like, what am I doing here? You know, I mean, you're seeing all these things, and it's like I'm completely surrounded by greatness, and it's kind of hard to believe that I could even be next to someone who's having that much success, but it's definitely going to push me and motivate me for sure.
And the stats at LSU are absolutely insane. The amount of Olympians, the amount of Olympic athletes, I think they have 65 Olympic athletes. It's just absolutely nuts, and you get to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that I get to say I'm on LSU's track team is just the biggest honor, one of the biggest honors of my life so far. And it's crazy to see because all the Olympians still train there if they run pro, and it's just incredible.
Now, what are you most excited about running at LSU next year?
I think I'm just excited to be in the SEC because I just love the SEC. Like, it's awesome. And then just to be surrounded by the most elite athletes in the world, like, that's such an honor.
Now, over to the school side of things, what are you planning on majoring in at LSU?
I'm majoring in kinesiology, so that's the study of human movement, and I plan to apply to athletic training school after my undergrad.
Any reason why? What made you choose that?
I just love sports. I can't see myself not doing something sports related ever in my life. So, and I love helping people, and I want to like be there for athletes who are struggling, and my best friend has torn her ACL 3 times, so I just want to help other people avoid that.
3 different times?
Yes.
Oh boy, that's a lot of recovery time.
I know, poor kid.
That's awful.
Yeah.
So what's your weekly training program like during the season?
So during the season, we start out pretty hard just to get the conditioning in, so it'll be like 2 or 3 workouts a week. And then once we start racing, we race twice a week in the middle of the season, and then towards the end, it's every weekend. So by the end of the season, it's more about maintaining the fitness that you already built. So I would say in my last month and a half of training, I was doing one hard workout on the track and then a couple training runs, and then the rest were just kind of shakeouts getting ready for the race.
Now, how will that differ now that you're going to LSU?
So I'm doing cross country first. That's the first season, and I've never done cross country in my life. So it's going to all feel completely different, but I think we'll have 2 workouts a week and then 1 long run, couple like heavy powerlifting sessions. Yeah, it'll just be a lot of running, like a lot of mileage.
And cross country, that's brand new for you. You've never done that. That's going to be a whole new animal for you.
Yes, especially the hills. Definitely a little scared of those.
Yeah,
but
so exactly, it's not exactly complete flat ground.
No.
So how are you feeling about that?
I'm really nervous, but I think it'll be fun. And my coach has been really helpful. Like, he knows I have no idea what I'm doing. So he said the mindset is just to be that I'm learning, and I think that's really helpful. It's definitely calming me down, not putting too much pressure on.
That's also somewhat how you came into track originally. You didn't exactly know what you were doing, and then all of a sudden you come here. So maybe the same thing will happen in college. You end up college as this great athlete as well. Now, how do you plan on juggling being both a D1 college athlete and keeping up with the schoolwork? Because that's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I know it's definitely going to be hard because I know, like, as Brooke has told me, it's very difficult sometimes, and some weeks are harder than others. But I think throughout high school it helped because I was doing 3 seasons of varsity sports. Besides my freshman year, I was just JV soccer. And then I was playing club soccer on top of that, and then school. So I'm kind of used to the school practice, home for 2 minutes, go to another practice, then do your homework. I'm kind of used to that, so I think that experience will help me when I go to college.
That's somewhat hard to balance in high school, trying to be a normal high school student, and all of a sudden you went to Italy for soccer as well, you go into New Balance Nationals. That's a tough thing to juggle.
It's so much fun, though. I mean, I'm so thankful for everything I got to do in high school, for sure.
You also got to come to somewhat, I mean, we're slightly biased, but a great high school as well.
Yeah,
I mean, the people here are amazing.
It's amazing. I love it here. I'm very thankful that we grew up in Norton, for sure.
I am too. I mean, we have great opportunities.
Yeah.
So one last thing before we go, what's your one piece of advice you'd want to give towards the Norton track athletes that maybe will be a little younger, like the Bell Petrosavages or the Paul Wisnaskis?
Okay, so first of all, the first 2 kids you named are going to tear it up in the rest of their high school career. But I think, honestly, the number one thing is just have fun with it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because that's when mistakes happen, quite honestly. And just always work as hard as you possibly can, and then just enjoy it. That's all right.
The words of a D1 athlete, my friends. Yeah. So this is Julie Palin. Thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck at LSU. Hopefully it goes great. And as Coach Taylor said yesterday, your rise can only go up from here. I mean, you exponentially grew this year, and hopefully it continues the same in college.
Hoping. Thank you so much.
No problem. This is LSN Extra. I'm Javid Blake. This has been Julia Palin. We'll see you next time right here on LSN.